Hi there, and welcome to the DOH Show, Canada's Drag Race Season 1, Episode 6 Review. I'm Ferris Fair.
And I'm Bambi Dextrous, and we have another really exciting episode for you today. The girls entered the workroom, reacting to Kiara's elimination and the giant lipstick message.
Bitch used an entire tube of lipstick on that message, which was fabulous. You know it took a while for her to clean up, which was very funny.
It sure did. And the girls quickly seated themselves on the couches to get themselves reoriented. You might notice how they split up on couches. One was a winner's couch, including Jimbo, Priyanka, Lemon, and Rita Baga. And then on the other side, not to say it was the loser's couch, but we did have Ilona, Boa, and Scarlett Bobo.
Well, and the other thing that I thought was interesting when you actually looked at the body language is the four winners were all snuggled up and combined like a dog pile kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when you looked at the other couch, the one was sitting on the couch and the other two were sitting on the armrest because nobody actually wanted to sit together. Like, there was so much body language going on between those couches. Even though I don't know whether it was conscious, I don't know whether it was unconscious. I mean, they did notice it themselves after a while, but anyway, I definitely thought it was interesting.
Boa got a wake-up call in some unseen footage from Judge Stacey McKenzie.
Yeah, she kind of got the Tainomi last chance, like, get yourself
Final warning.
Final warning, girl. So anyway, and again, we've been talking about it for a week, so I was happy to see that there was some unaired footage of saying, like, yeah, no, you need to step it up, because you need to step it up.
Exactly. Not all the judges are bitchy. Stacey McKenzie's quite nice.
If you like our content on Canada's Drag Race, make sure you check out some others, including smutty gay content and Drag Coven. Drag Coven even has videos with each week's eliminated queens. Make sure you check them out. We go now to our small town correspondent in Wetaskiwin, Alberta, Jennie Talia.
Bonjour, hi! Canada's Drag Race episode 6. What can I say about the challenge except the challenge was phenomenal. Everyone did so good. Like, honestly, watching it, I could not figure out who was going to be top or bottom. I thought it was amazing. Everyone did so good. So good. My tops for that week, actually, for the challenge was Ilona and Scarlett. I really liked their ad. I really liked the commercial. It was great. Everyone else did so good, though, either way. Like, everyone did really well. They should all be proud of themselves. Getting to the runway. My favorites of the week. Boa. That was my favorite look on that runway next to Jimbo's. Boa and Jimbo stole my heart for that runway. I don't personally like denim because I just don't like the way it looks on me, but they killed it. Everyone else looked amazing, though. All the denim looks looked so polished, so great. I loved all of them. I can't wait for next week, as I say every time, but this is probably my favorite season of any sort of Drag Race franchise besides Drag Race UK. Maybe because I'm kind of partial because it's Canadian, but I enjoyed it. I'm really excited, and hopefully maybe I'll get on it one of these years. But I'm so excited to see the next episode. Thanks for having me. Au revoir.
Thank you so much, Jennie. It's always great to hear what you have to say.
JBC then entered the workroom for this week's mini challenge, and it was a psychic hotline called Star 69, and with a little bit of help from RuPaul's Drag Race UK star, Crystal.
That's right, the girls had to improv as a psychic. Where have we seen that before, Priyanka?
Might have been a little bit triggering for Miss Cleo, but each of them did actually quite well.
A little salt in the wound.
A little salt. At least with the edit we saw, Jimbo and Lemon definitely looked like they did the best, with Lemon coming out the winner of this week's mini challenge. One of the things that they won with that mini challenge is they got to pick the teams for this week's maxi challenge.
Lemon knew exactly who she wanted on her team. She chose Priyanka, and together they were Kitty and Cat, the Pussy Protectors.
The next team that she made was Scarlett Bobo and Ilona Verley, who you'd think could be Team Sissy, but were actually Bologna. Ooh. The final team was The Bells,
consisting of Rita Baga, Jimbo, and Boa.
It was now time to actually film their late-night law firm infomercials, and Stacey McKenzie was there to help them get that done.
That's right, and first team up was Lemon and Priyanka,
The Pussy Protectors!
who I feel came onto set with a bright combination of preparedness and comedy. Then we had Team Bologna, consisting of Ilona and Scarlet Bobo, whom had a lot of ideas that they threw on the table, and I'm not sure if they executed all of them, but they still managed to find moments where they shined throughout their episode.
Special game. Drink every time they say sissy in this episode.
And then finally, they had Team Jimbo, Boa, and Rita,
The Bells.
the Bells, who did a funny little comedy skit about bachelorette parties at drag
It was
shows.
Jimbo's special day!
I lived for that moment.
If you've ever been to a drag bar, you know those people. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
As for their special commercial themselves, it seems like theirs was the most messy. Too much going on, there's lots of costume changes, and even Stacey McKenzie wasn't sure what the plot of their commercial was supposed to be. However, it seemed to work out quite well for Jimbo and Rita Baga.
It was now time for the runway with special guest host Tom Green. And this week's runway was a double down on the denim with Canadian tuxedos.
Scarlet Bobo was the first to hit the runway, and a look that impressed the judges and was very fishy feminine, like serving real girl.
Ilona Verley was out next with a very interesting look. The makeup was absolutely stunning, but the judges definitely read her for her assless chaps.
Boa was the next to hit the runway, serving us Denim Demon, but to Tom Green, it was reminiscent of wind.
Jimbo was out next, and I personally can't say it better than what Brooklyn Heights said, and that was the creature from the Patch Lagoon. It was head to toe patchwork club kid realness.
Rita Baga was serving punk pink on the runway.
And Priyanka's look was cute, but fairly underwhelming.
Yeah, I feel like she's got to step it up on the runway looks.
Yeah, again, I think there's a big difference between performing in a club and standing on a runway.
Speaking of needing to bring it to the runway, Lemon came out next, whom always serves amazing looks, amazing face and makeup, but the judges are not always so keen on the outfit.
Yeah, this one was supposed to be kind of scrappy, but it just looked kind of crappy.
Before sending the girls back to the workroom, the judges asked the girls right then and there who they think deserves to go home.
It ended up being a 4-3 split, with Lemon getting 4 votes and Ilona Verley getting 3.
The queens were sent backstage to the workroom while the judges deliberated, and in that workroom, it definitely came up that some people targeted Lemon to go home next. Lemon responded by saying, she came here to win. She didn't come here to make friends. She didn't care about others' opinions of her. And I respect that she's been a strong contender this whole competition. Good on you, Lemon.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. And not to call on anyone else's thoughts, because I mean, it's not like I haven't had the thought when I have looked at a cute young twink and gone, man, I wish I looked like that too. So it was really it was interesting to see that kind of played in. And I guarantee you that Lemon probably has their own issues and they wish that they were like somebody else, because that's just kind of human nature. But yeah, no, it was interesting to see that literally play out, because it happens all the time in the community.
Is it a sense of jealousy from the other girls? I mean, Lemon has gotten a lot of praise, aside from the runway looks, a lot of praise on their acting, on their comedy, and winning challenges.
It does seem to come very naturally to her.
And then we go back to the main runway, where the judges have reached a final decision. They have chosen Rita Baga as the winner of this week's challenge, giving her a hat trick of 3 wins so far in Canada's Drag Race Season 1.
I was actually a little bit surprised. I actually would have thought that Jimbo, who was very strong this week as well, maybe would have got that. But yeah, I actually wasn't all that super impressed by Rita's final look there. But
I mean, it was cool. It was punk.
It was fine.
It was fine. But we've seen We've seen that look before from Rita, whereas Jimbo brought something completely new, and Brooklyn's own challenge to Jimbo was to keep surprising her.
And it was Jimbo's special day!
Special day! So there's that.
But what do I know?
Do you agree? Comment below.
The judges first sent Jimbo to the safe zone, followed up very quickly by Scarlet Bobo, who they definitely wanted to mention. Girl, we see you, and we see that you're growing.
Exactly, and Scarlet has stepped up this episode especially. I thought maybe Scarlet was deserving of a win. I thought maybe Jeffrey Boyer Chapman's comment was directed to Scarlet, but it turns out it was directed to Jimbo, that welcome to the competition. But yeah, I'm happy at least that they're acknowledging that Scarlet is in the competition and she is stepping up her game.
Priyanka's look, while still somewhat basic, was considered good enough to make it back to the safe zone, which left Lemon, Ilona, and Boa in the bottom three.
Yeah, Lemon narrowly escaped the bottom, so it ended up being Boa and Ilona Verley lip-syncing for their lives.
Lemon was very strong in the challenge, whereas the other two struggled in that as well. So I was happy to see,
True.
as far as I was concerned in the report card this week, it actually made sense who was in the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
I like
absolutely.
it when the math makes sense.
Yes. Boa and Ilona Verley lip-synced to Alessia Cara's song, Scars, You're Beautiful.
I thought they both did a good job. I thought they both performed well. They definitely kind of had different takes on it. The judges ended up deciding to give it to Ilona Verley.
Which means that Boa was gone like Tom Green's wind.
Did you know that we have Dragging Our Heels merchandise? Not only do we have t-shirts and all kinds of other amazing apparel, but we now even have face masks!
I feel safer already.
You should buy some at Redbubble. Information below in the comments. And then you too can drag your own heels around on your face.
Ooh. Next week's episode looks super exciting. I don't know what to expect, but we like to play this game of let's guess what's going to happen in the next episode. Ferris, what do you think is going to happen in the next episode?
Lemon's going home.
An interesting side fact, we did not really see Lemon in the final runway of next week's episode. When they're giving us teaser clips, we did not see Lemon's runway look.
Bye, girl! I shouldn't laugh. I've actually quite enjoyed Lemon this season, so. But I think it's about that time.
So you think Lemon's going home?
That's my thoughts.
I think that we're going to see Scarlet Bobo continue her incline. She may get a challenge win, or Priyanka might get another challenge win.
To me, Scarlet really needs to step up. I know that, you know, the judges thought that she did quite well this week, but again, I was just kind of like, yeah, it's fine.
Well, I think she's going to have a strong second half of the season.
Let's hope.
I'm hoping. I know that the judges are really not going to like somebody's look. They're going to tear into them to shreds.
Yeah, I always find those really interesting because they often don't ever quite weigh up to whatever they try to promise. But
oh yeah, in television production, they'll never show the same clips of the queen reacting to at the time that it's said. They're going to make it drama. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great episode. We're going to introduce the first pageant in Drag Race history. And some really extra special judges are going to be on the next week's episode. So I can't wait. So with all that in mind, it's going to line up to be a really exciting episode next week. So be sure to tune in.
yeah, you should make sure that you are back here next week for our next episode as well. It is going to be a fantastic time. So in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, do all those wonderful things if you don't mind. And yeah, we will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.